Welcome back to Everything Whiskey. I'm Callum.
I'm Sam.
Today we're going to be comparing two Texas whiskies.
Alrighty, so today we're doing two Texas bourbons. We have stated on record multiple times that we're, especially me, obsessed with Texas whiskey in general at the moment. Especially Balcones, but also we kind of haven't really tried a ton from Yellow Rose just because they only have their one bourbon and I think a rye available, and we haven't even tried their rye yet, but very good from what we've tried. We've got a fair few of Balcones stuff, so we just thought we'd kind of compare the two of them on the grounds of bourbon, because I mean Balcones does a lot of stuff that is not like technically bourbon, because it's like, I don't know, I think they do like used oak and stuff, which kind of cancels that out from being able to be called bourbon.
They're all called whiskeys.
That's what I mean. So
Except
they're not technically bourbon, because they would have done different stuff to us. This is a pot still. Not sure about this one. Can't remember. This is pot still as well. So they're both pot still.
Yep.
Texas bourbon. So it's one, neck and neck kind of.
What are the percents? 46 and...
I think that's 46.
Perfect comparison.
Yeah.
That was it.
This is my idea, and I definitely knew that it was a good comparison. I
Both pots
definitely didn't forget that they were all that. So
rubber.
Just like
Band-Aid
caramelized. It's like creme brulee, but like on top of burning tires or something. I don't know. I feel like we are overselling the like rubberiness. Like for me, it's not like with the other ones. It's a lot stronger. The other Balcones. Especially the brimstone, but it's not like this overwhelming burnt rubber kind of smell and taste. It's more like it's pretty soft. It's nice.
There's a lot of fruit in this.
I was about to say there's tons of caramelized fruit. Like
this might be one of the first verses where the notes are very similar for both whiskies as well.
Yes.
I think all the other ones they're along the same kind of lines, but there are different notes.
What I want to know is where the hell is this like Texas flavor coming? Like Texas, obviously, but like what is it about the process that
makes it,
because it's like very distinct, it's very unique, but it's very consistently with Texas whiskey.
I mean, same thing must apply in Australia, because we're finding that with Aussie whiskies as well.
It's a different type of note,
yeah, but
though.
They still have that kind of similar left field note.
Yeah, but I just want to know what it is about the process. Is it like the type of corn or the percentage of corn? Because I know they're using a lot more corn.
Or the heat.
The heat with the barrel, the difference. I don't know. Maybe it's... Yeah, I don't know, because this definitely doesn't smell or taste like generic bourbon. Like it is very different. There's a clear distinction that I really don't think anyone would confuse. They're different.
It's got a heavy raspberry sherbet on the Balcones.
Raspberry sherbet.
Ooh. This is a lot more
sweeter.
Really? I was going to say the opposite. This is very weird. I'm getting a white vinegar.
Yeah, I got like a really
like that.
I don't know. I got more like distinct kind of souriness, like a
cheap
raspberry.
white vinegar. I'm getting
a lot of sweetness off this, less of the fruit. Well, there's a lot of fruit, but it's I don't know, just a little bit less fruity. It's more like dark and kind of sweet, and I'm getting
that rubbery note
molasses.
Is a lot more in that.
Yeah, it's more rubber, and that it's more sherbety, like waxiness. It's not as much of a burnt rubber. Smooth.
Oh my god, Yellow Rose. I want to try more stuff. That is so nice. It's also smooth.
Balcones is just so goddamn... It's like... It's so rich and oily, but there's like no burn at all. Like there's less... I've gotten 40%ers that have way more burn than that. This has got more sherbetiness to it.
The sherbet didn't come through on the palate for the Yellow Rose. It was very rich and oily like the Balcones.
It's got more liveliness though. That's like it kind of just envelops your mouth in this cold, I don't know, it feels thicker. This is more like lively. It dances on your tongue a bit more. It's a bit more...
What is that flavour? That's a new flavour I've never found in Balcones.
Really?
A lot more fruits. I'm getting a lot more red fruits on this.
What the hell? I'm getting something in this. It's like brighter. It's almost like a musky, like a fruit tingle kind of like... No,
a lifesaver or something,
yeah. I don't know, it's weird, but there's also like a decent amount of like herbal bitterness afterwards. Like the barrel impact is still there. But again, I'm not getting anything traditional.
No, not at all.
Like traditional bourbon. Like I'm not, like there's barrel bitterness and barrel impact, but it doesn't taste like how it does with normal bourbons. It's got a different kind of bitterness and a different kind of like weird caramelized burnt coffee.
But at least
kind of like
the Yellow Rose is sweet. This is like savory.
I reckon that's pretty sweet too. I reckon there's a deep molasses. I don't know. I honestly don't know which one I even like better.
They're pretty close.
They're very, very close.
I mean, what
definitely
prices?
There's a difference.
That's about 95.
95. I reckon that's about 85, 90. They're pretty comparable here with pricing as well. I think if you haven't tried any Texas whiskey at all, then Baby Blue is probably like the first one you want to go to. It's a bit more mellow. But these two are pretty comparable.
I was hoping this would be closer to bourbon. Because then you could make that jump where it's like...
I mean, like...
Bourbon into a Texas bourbon.
It's closer to bourbon than any of the other ones. But it's still...
Marginally,
It's still not like... I don't know. It's still not like bourbon. And same thing, like the same kind of, you know, principle goes for going from rye to Balcones rye. Holy crap, they are like from a different country. It's like it's the most different I've ever tasted. It's like trying Jameson.
I mean, we've also done a versus on that, so...
It's like gin versus fucking, like, any whiskey. Like, it's such a difference. Like, the rye... Balcones rye is nothing like anything I've ever had. It's like dark chocolate. Like, it's just bizarre.
So I love the Texas region.
Everything about Texas. Like, they're all different, but they're just so, like, unique and... they're just right up my alley with the flavor profiles. Like, it's all caramelized and burnt or like salty or like even with brimstone. I love that. Like, it's so smoky and weird. Like, everything about it is just like cranked up. But yeah, so I definitely recommend trying either of these. I don't know which one will be more, if you're in Australia, I don't know which one will be more easily available. I think because they're both probably because there's more of them available, like different runs. Like Baby Blue and this are normally on the shelf at Dansdown, a lot of them. If not, they are online. They just ship straight from like the distributor, so you can still get them. Or Nick's, obviously. But interstate, I assume it's probably the same thing. This is always on the shelf, so you're going to be able to try something pretty easily within Australia. But definitely, like, pull the trigger on that. Like, try it. It's different. If you like bourbon, it is not going to remind you of bourbon that much, but it is still like along the same lines of, I don't know, like they don't taste the same at all, but I feel like people who like bourbon would like Texas whiskey, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to explain.
I mean,
just try it.
For us, so.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. So let us know if you've tried either of these, what your opinion on it is, and of Texas whiskey altogether. Let us know if there's some other ones from Yellow Rose we need to get our hands on. We know there's more from Balcones we've got to get. Just need to kind of... There will, but I don't know if they're here, is the problem. It's the distribution in Australia that kicks us. But yeah, if you enjoyed this episode of Everything Whiskey, leave us a like. If you want to see future episodes from us, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. If you do, see you next time.
Cheers.